Hi everyone, April again from Crystal Convos and Wandering Soul Center. And today we are going to talk about one of my most favorite crystals and one that is so easily to attune to that anybody can work with it. It's such a powerful crystal and it is Elestial Quartz. So what is Elestial Quartz? Well, it's amazing. It's totally amazing. One of my absolute favorite quartz, and it looks like this. Woo! So we are going to talk a little bit about this particular crystal. I'm going to show you some of my personal pieces and some that are available for you to pick up. So Elestial Quartz is not only super stunning to look at, it's got so much going on within it that you can literally see so many different things, but there's so much going on with every facet of an Elestial Quartz. They're so beautiful. So they're super stunning to look at. But it is advanced metaphysically. The properties of this quartz is truly cosmic, like really cosmic energy. And due to their super rare nature, they often are collected. They're collected by specimen hunters. However, finding out more about Elestial Quartz, you'll be able to attune to it very quickly, and you'll be able to get that into your collection soon and start working with it. And you're going to want to work with this particular crystal because they are really powerful crystals to open up your third eye, to bring in cosmic guidance, to help you to heal from burnout. They are so powerful. They hold the records to the Akashic records. So they hold information from the Akashic records, allowing you to connect to that energy as well. So they're really cool. They come in smoky quartz, clear quartz, amethyst, and sometimes rose quartz and citrine. Finding them is kind of a little difficult, but not too terribly bad. So they're really powerful crystals that you're really going to want to start working with, especially if you're trying to raise your vibration. This is a great crystal for you to work with, not only for your own transformation, but Elestial Quartz is amazing for meditation, for resolving your energy levels. This is a great crystal to help you when you are it allows you to choose which energy that you accept and which energy that you reject. And it is great for making it an ideal crystal to work with when you are going through burnout, which we all get there, right? So sometimes when we are at work or when we are on our spiritual journey, it just sometimes feels like there's so much going on. We're constantly on that path, on that pattern. We are constantly diving into either our work or a spiritual journey, and that causes us to want to burn out. And that is not where we want to be. We want to really continue on our journey with renewed sense of energy, and this is a great crystal for that. So I'm really glad and I'm really happy to be talking about it with you today. When you need to access higher vibrational frequencies, when you want to work with a higher dimensional energy, when you are trying to really bring in a lot of positive energy or guidance to talk to your spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, then this is a great crystal for you. Because when you need to access the higher realms, these crystals will bring you so much information and guidance that you need. So all you really have to do is hold on to your Elestial and rub on the face of the crystal itself. And you can see within the crystal, there are these bumps and edges within it. So when you're rubbing your thumb on the bumps or edges, it brings in this really powerful vibration. It really clears your mind and allows for your guidance to flow in. So this is one of my favorites. I really love this stone. So this crystal has got such a really cool vibration to it. The soul of each Elestial has kind of like a different energetic field to it, but each one is so inviting. It's like going over to your best friend's house and sitting on the couch, and they're just like, oh, but like blah, 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 like my house is your house. Like that's what this crystal feels like. So it's very, very comfortable feeling. It's very like our soul recognizes the energy within this crystal, and it makes us feel very, very, very comfortable. So by far one of my favorite crystals to work with. I just absolutely love it. So you'll be able to, when you're rubbing on the face of the crystal, you'll be able to access ancient knowledge contained within that particular stone. Now remember, each crystal has its own information that it's willing to give you. So it doesn't matter if you have 1 or 50 like me. I have a lot, but they all contain their own frequency. They all contain their own information and knowledge. So by having more than one, you're actually gaining more and more and more and more wisdom. So, oh, excuse me, my phone is not on silent. I forgot to turn that off, but we're going to keep rolling. So like small ones like this are really great to have because each one of these has its own information. It has its own intended purpose for you. So each one has its own unique variation, unique terminations. It has its own unique pattern etched into the surface of this crystal, and within all of the formations as well. So a lot of Elestials have record keepers. Record keepers are the records of the Akasha that are basically like being able to go into a library and pick a book on a certain like era or a certain person and read the documentary of that person, right? And so this is about like Akashic records are the records and information that are stored in the universe that contain all of the human experiences, past, present, and future. So if you're wanting to really dive into Akashic readings, if you're really wanting to dive into like universal knowledge and information, this is a perfect stone to work with. Now, when it comes to working with karma, we all know karma can be a beep, right? So when it comes to working with karma, Elestial Quartz is one of the most phenomenal crystals to work with, okay? Elestials are very well defined. So other than other quartz variations, these particular stones have very well defined, intriguing patterns. They have unparalleled growth. They have the ability to create scepters. They have skeletal growth, so really good for foundation. They have twinning growths, which is really good for twin flame energy. The terminations and hollowed etching within the Elestial Quartz cascade along the surface, and making this a really, really, really interesting geometrical encoding. Now, when we're talking about our spiritual body, we have a unique coding that our body is made out of, and within that code we carry karma from different lifetimes. From this lifetime, we carry karma from our ancestors, from our lineage, from our race. We carry karma for the collective as well. So we are carrying around so much karma, but this is such a great crystal to work with when it comes to karma because it has its own unique encoding, which means that that code within the crystal, the crystallization and formation of the soul matrix of the stone resonates very, very, very closely with our own soul matrix and coding or encoding. So Elestials are defined by their energy and by their appearance. They, like I said, they come in smoky quartz, rose quartz, amethyst, clear quartz, and citrine. Now, Celestials are masters of releasing trapped emotions. And this is very important when it comes to our consciousness and our growth into our ascension. We have to recognize and release trapped emotions so that we're able to move forward with growth. So this is a very, very, very unique crystal to work with. It resonates very much to our own encoding, and Celestials can also be applied to other areas of the chakra system and aura. So it will help us to work predominantly within our emotional body, helping to loosen the holds of outdated patterns. It will be able to apply to other layers of our aura and each of our chakras as well. So the way that Celestials are formed is really special because they help restructure our energy fields. So they can be used to purify our energy system. They can help to purify our physical and non-physical anatomy. And they are really, really, really good for releasing casual energies that are embedded within those systems. So energies that, when I say casual energies, they are the energies that we pick up in this lifetime. Working with Elestial Quartz is like working with a repository of information, or like this giant library. And each crystallization and each growth on an Elestial Quartz is really going to help restructure the energy field, acting as like a storehouse of sacred information relevant to the process and the progression of our soul. So it's very, very different than working with, say, clear quartz or a Lemurian crystal. This is more along the lines of our soul blueprint energy. So because they are storehouses of sacred information, they are relevant to the progression of our soul. Our soul is infinitely working towards ascension constantly, on a constant basis. So it will help us adjust and transform or inform our mind, our body, and our spirit with the life choices that are coming into our physical presence. So understanding more from, so when I say this, I'm saying this as working with Celestial will give us so much more of an understanding of what our spiritually based perspective is on an advanced level. So working with Celestials is like working with wise old beings, like working with our grandfathers or grandmothers on what it is that we're supposed to be doing, right? When we go to our grandparents and they've been married for 60, 70 years plus, and you're like, okay, what makes a marriage last? We're going to them for information, and they have the wise knowledge to pass down to us. So that's like working with Celestial Quartz. It's so amazing and mind-blowing. So this is going to help provide insight to patterns that are established over previous lifetimes. So when you're wanting to go back into a past lifetime to heal karmic events, whether it be ancestral, like your own created karma, your own life, like your own lessons, and you need to go back into past lifetimes to get to the root cause of that pattern, then working with this is going to be phenomenal for you, especially when it comes to a mass consciousness level, right? And so when we are working with these crystals, they are like working with the most knowledgeable, most wise family member that we can find. And so they serve to stabilize and anchor consciousness through the evolving energies and the current changes that we're going through. So they will continue to help you along your path as you grow, transform, and heal and ascend, essentially. So working with these crystals is a very, very, very sacred experience, and they continue to grow with you in the way that other crystals don't. And so you will never outgrow your crystal, but each crystal carries its own knowledge and wisdom. So like for me, I have many, many, many pieces of Elestial, and each one continues to grow with me as I ascend, as I move forward in my path. And so it just goes to another layer, another level with me, not for me, but with me. So they're really, really, really cool. You can apply them to your solar plexus to release stored memories of pain and karmic impressions that are contained within the solar plexus chakra. You can work with them to heal at a soul level by allowing for the crystal to really support additional reinforcement to our structural energy, our soul's blueprint. So this will allow us to like when we're working with Elestial Quartz, it allows us to use them as stepping stones to better express our spiritual blueprint. And if you've taken my karma seminar, if you've been in my karma seminar, you know what I'm talking about when it comes to blueprint. If you haven't, stay tuned, because I will be recording that seminar and posting it here for you guys to watch on YouTube. I talk a lot about our spiritual development and a lot of the spiritual I talk a lot about spirituality and how we can move forward within our journeys on my Instagram page at Wandering Soul Center. So check me out there too. Now, there's so much about Elestials that I just really can't go over with you on a very short YouTube video, but they're so, so, so powerful and profound. And I highly, highly recommend you guys try it out. You get one for yourself and start working with it. Elestials are very, very, very influential when it comes to working with the 4 elements. So air, fire, water, and earth. And when we're working with these, their multiple terminations often appear signed. So they kind of look like there's like etchings on them, and they have these really beautiful underpins that are very much earthly characteristics. And so if you are someone who likes to do a lot of work with nature and with the earth or with the elements, this is a perfect crystal for you. The one thing that I want to talk about the most, or the one thing I want to say, stop, pay attention, listen. Okay. Working with Elestial Quartz it brings in so much clarity that is often hidden from us at the core. It's hidden within us from the core reincarnation. So say you in past lifetimes have been a healer, and you've been doing healing, and you have all of this wealth of knowledge when it comes to healing. But in this lifetime, you're like, yeah, I'd like to be a nurse. And yeah, I might like to, be a doctor, but I feel like that it's just not exactly what I want to do. I feel like there's more. So then you start taking Reiki classes, then you start taking energy healing classes, and you start taking crystal grid therapy classes, and you start taking like EDMR, and you want to teach and you want to learn as much as you possibly can on all of the different holistic type of healing, like oh, what is the name? Like when you do past life regression hypnotherapy. And so when you're like, I want to learn how to do hypnotherapy, the chances are you have already done it in a past life. You just have to remember the method in which you use to offer that healing. I'm telling you right now, I worked with the Elestial Quartz, and it opened up so much for me. It opened up my ability to do soul healing and soul restoration work, which I am an ascended master of soul restoration, and it triggered these memories and this knowledge that I already had within, that I already knew what to do. I just didn't know the methodology, the method in which, like, I didn't understand how I knew what I knew. I just knew what I knew worked, if that makes sense. So I was like working with this, and I was brought to this like really cool space, and there was like all these books around, and each book I opened, it was all about me and all about the things that I have done. And I have already done Reiki in a past life, which I was already doing now. I was already doing angelic healing, which I already do now, which I was doing crystal grid healing, and crystal therapy, like placing crystals on people for therapy purposes. I was already doing tapping. I was already doing sound healing. I was already doing all these things in these past lives. And here I am, like, I need to learn, I need to learn, I need to learn. But when I started working with Elestial Quartz, it was like, I already know. So I went and I got certified just to be certified and understand how I knew what I knew, but and have more of a like a scholar setting to kind of understand like the hows, the whys, the wheres, and all of that. But working with Elestial Quartz was like, you already know all this. So it really helped me through that transition. So it's a great stone for transition. It is a great stone to provide you with this positive energy when we come to catalysts of our spiritual unfoldment, which is exactly what I was going through when I was working with it. I was like, I have all this knowledge and information. I don't know where it came from. I'm starting to freak out a little bit, not gonna lie. But it was like, it just embraced me and gave me this big giant hug and was like, hey, look, we've got your back. You've already done this. So it's such a really powerful stone. I really hope that you guys feel called to bringing one into your healing energy. I really hope that you feel called to start working with this energy, because it's so powerful, you guys. It is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to show you a couple of my personal pieces. This is a personal piece, a small one that I carry with me. I typically hide it in my bra, put it in my pocket, and carry it around. And whenever I'm needing a little bit of clarity, a little bit of guidance, I'll like rub my thumb on this one and I'll sit for a minute, and then boom, it comes in. So whenever I'm doing like a short, brief meditation, I'll hold on to one like this. And this is a great palm-sized stone and natural formation as well. There are times when I pick up something like this, and this one is a smoky. So this is a smoky Elestial, and whenever I'm needing to let go of certain feelings or certain thoughts that have come in, I'll sit in gaosho and I'll hold this one in between my palms, and I'll just breathe in through my hands, into my arms, into my heart, and then I push it down through my feet. And so I sit in gaosho like this, and I just breathe in, and it comes in through my arms, up to my shoulders, down into my heart, and then I push it down into the earth. And that will help me clear out energy that is stuck. So celestials, smoky celestials are really great for clearing out what no longer serves. Now, one of my favorite ones that I use, oh my gosh, so often, his name is Button, and he's got a little belly button. It's such a cool thing. I absolutely love this one. This is one of my pieces that I've had for a very, very, very long time. I started working with crystals when I was 16 years old. I'm almost 40 now, so yay me, 23 years later, and I'm still working with the same crystals that I worked with when I was 16. So this one is my Elestial, and this one has been with me through all of my spiritual growth. And Button is like, I call him Button, one, because he's got a little belly button right here, but he's like Benjamin Button. So no matter how old he is, he still gets younger, and he still has more youth, and he still has more energy, and he still like really helps me to clear out like things that are stuck within my auric field as I ascend. So as I ascend, as I grow spiritually, vibrationally, we go through our layers, and then we go through those layers again and again and again and again. And we just go through it on a deeper level, right? So Button helps me when I'm going through a spiritual download or spiritual transformation. He's really powerful. I love this guy. But he's been around for a while. Now, the other one that I love is like a wing. It's shaped like a wing. It's very large and one of my favorites. And this is a really good one when I am trying to clear out a lot of heavy baggage. So Smoky Celestial really helps me to clear out a lot of baggage, especially when it comes to karma. So working with this giant guy, okay, this is my personal piece and I absolutely love it. It reminds me of an angel wing, and reminding us that our angels are always with us and always working for our best and highest good. And helping us to understand when and where we need to start releasing certain things, like those really bad relationships that you're like, I don't want to be with you anymore. I know that we're not the right person. We're not the right people for each other. We've served each other's purpose. You need to go. And they're like, no, I don't want to go. I want to stay. And I don't want to ever leave because I love you, blah, 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 whatever. And you're like, no, this is a great personal experience. This is a great crystal to work with when you want to let go and you need a little bit of help letting that fly, letting that go so that way you can grow, right? So we've got to let things go so we can grow and live a much happier, joyful life instead of being bogged down by a bunch of energy that doesn't belong to you. And so yeah, so these are really great pieces. I really love working with them. I also have several of the Elestial amethysts, which look like this. Ooh, this is amazing. So Elestial amethysts are really, really powerful. Keynotes to remember. Elestial quartz, huge, huge, huge ascension crystal. This is going to really help you when it comes to removing bad energies from your system. It's really good for bringing in cosmic guidance. It's really good for opening up the third eye, healing from burnout, accessing Akashic records, regulating your energy. As you guys can see, I've got lots and lots of energy, and I'm really excited about this particular one because every time I work with it, it's like it's like my battery pack just goes boop, 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 charged. And it's like, let's go. So I really, really, really love working with this. So it definitely regulates your energy. It is a phenomenal, phenomenal crystal to work with. My pendant, I know that you guys have been asking me every time that I post a video, you're like, what is the pendant you're wearing? So my pendant today is a strophalite. I absolutely love this one. We'll talk about that one another day, but a strophalite is on my pendant today. Elestial quartz is the crystal of the day. I am so glad to be here for you guys. Stay tuned, like, follow, and subscribed. We have to say that because, it's important. But yeah, click those buttons down below and like, follow, and subscribe, ding, so that way you can get more awesome videos of crystal knowledge from a true crystal guardian like me, and move forward with your whatever it is that you want to do. Like, it's amazing. So come back. We'll see you soon. Bye.